Hey guys, 20808 with PacificPixelMedia LLC, and today we're going to be ripping some packs open. We have the new TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, uh, pre-release packs that we went to. We have some One Piece stuff that we found, and some Pokemon packs that we're going to rip, along with some more Lorwyn Eclipse stuff. I think we're going to go ahead and open up some of the commander decks and see how that goes. But yeah, just opening up a bunch of packs today. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. So I went to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pre-release, which comes out this Friday. But really cool packs. Give them shell. So I'll just go ahead and go through this. Got some cool art here. And yeah, so if you're a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then Lean Mean Green, Cowabunga, Graffiti. Let's see. I think there were about 15 people that played, and I placed 6th. So I'll just go through some of the stuff. This was my got a pretty cool foil mythic, The Last Ronin. This first phase, destroy all creatures. So cool stuff there. And then I do have, like, when I opened them at the shop, we did that. We have our divider here. Zoom in. So we have, what was that? Shredder, divider. But you can kind of see we got Turtle Blimp, Chrome Dome, Omni Cheese Pizza, Foot Ninjas, Karai's Technique, some lands, the full lands with the turtles in them, foil lands, plains, swamp lands, and here's the Mutant Town land. I know the pizza lands will be coming out at the end of the month, so that'd be kind of cool. Lessons from Life. They're playing Magic there. Westwind Avatar, Rocksteady, Renee Temporal Apprentice, Mind Transfer Protocol, Negate, Donatello Away with Machines, Urum Scientists, another Negate, another Donatello, April, Reporter of the Weird, Return to the Sewers, Turtle Techie, Donatello, more Negate, Mind Transfer Protocol, Buzzbots, Surveillance Cam, Utrom, Scientist, more Donatello, got Krang, 9 mana, 9/9 card. Did not put that in my deck. Nobody. Tainted Treats, Ice Cream Kitty, Mouser Mark, Foot Mystic, Tunnel Rats, Bebop, Shredder Unrelenting, Splinter Hamato Yoshi, Pain 101, Oroki Saki, Shredder Rising, another Splinter, Ravenous Robots, Bot Bashing Time, Manhole Missile, Raphael Tough Turtle, another Manhole, Rock Soldiers, Mutant Town Musicians, Zog, Spicy Oatmeal Pizza, Mouser Foundry, Null Group Biological Assets, another General Traig, the Rock Soldiers, Action News Crew, Return to the Sewers, Bot Bashing Time, Shredder's Revenge, Tenderize, Mouser Mark III, another Foot Ninjas, Quintessential Katana, Wingnut Bat on the Belfry, Pizza Face Gastromancer. Someone used this against me. It was kind of annoying. Raphael Tough Turtle, Prehistoric Pet, High Flying Ace, and another Island. So, and then I'll show you my deck. Like I said, I played in this pre-release tournament, and it was pretty cool. If you haven't played Magic or want to play Magic, this is the best time because everyone has like a closed deck. So we had, I believe, this was each of these pre-release packs had 6 boosters. Here it says on the bottom. 6 boosters, a traditional foil rare mythic, and a spin down life counter, and 14 cards each. So out of these cards, you try to make a 40 card deck. But here, like, use some of the mutant tokens, copy, rat, food, insect warrior, robot, food, ninja, mutagen. A lot of mutagen tokens were used here. But so I did a white green deck. Use Frog Butler, 1/1 with Death Touch that can add 1 mana of any color. April O'Neil, Kunoichi, Trainee, get a Scry 2 for 2 mana. Mighty Mutanimals has Alliance, so you'll put a 1/1 counter every time a creature comes in. Novel Nunchaku gets 1/1/1 and trample, and when you add it, you fight another creature. That was a good one. Leonardo Sewer Samurai, 4 mana for a 3/3 double strike, and a big thing that a lot of these cards have is sneak on there, and you can always cast a creature with a power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. So it does have a finality counter on it, so it'll get dead after that. Koya, Death from Above. When it enters, you exile up to 1 other target creature. At the beginning of the next end step, you'll pay 4 mana, 3 in a swamp. If you don't, return that card to the battlefield under owner's control. So I use this one a lot, along with trying to sneak in my Foot Ninjas. So the sneak cost is a little bit less, but you also have to return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand during the declare blockers step. And it enters tapped and attacking, and you gain 3 life for this. So I use this quite a bit. Rocksteady was kind of just one of my bigger creatures if I had enough mana. It also does have forest cycling. You can for 2 mana you can discard and find a forest card and put it in your hand. Uneasy Alliance, I use this a lot. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and then you pay 5 mana and sacrifice it. You exile the creature and create a 1/1 black ninja creature token. So goodies there. Omni Cheese Pizza, get to draw a card and then sacrifice to add mana of 1 color or gain 3 life. But a lot of these permanents I try to use together. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag for 6 mana. It's an 8/8 with trample and gives you, whenever you tap a land for mana, add another forest green mana to it. And I did get this to go, unloaded my hand, and then the guy's deck just murdered me. Action News Crew, it has Vigilance, or you can channel for 6 mana and put a 1/1 counter on each creature card you control and draw a card. Slytherin Cryptid, create a mutagen token, just a kind of good to have in your deck. Grounded for Life, 5 mana but 3 less to cast if it targets a tap creature and you destroy target creature. Use that a few times. Featherbrain Filcher, 1 mana for 0/2 flying. Food token, I think I had 2 of those. Mutant Chain Reaction, destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying and create a mutagen token. Prehistoric Pet, cannot be blocked with creatures with a greater power, and you can return another target creature you control to your owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. So if someone's attacking you, you can block and then return it to your hand before damage is dealt. Make your move. Use this a few times. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. Use this a lot when people use mutagen counters. I would then be able to use this card instead of using Grounded for Life, which costs quite a bit more. Putrid Pals, 3/3 with Death Touch, and if it'll enter with 2+1/+1 counters if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn. So I use this with a lot of my mutagen tokens. Crack that open, put this up, and then it comes in as a 5/5. Another Featherbrain Filcher. Oh, Michelangelo Game Master. Same thing. Has disappear. If something left, you get a +1/+1 counter, making it a 4/4. Zoo Escapees, 2 mana, and you get a mutagen token. And then make your move again. Put 2 of these in here. So this whole deck I used, pretty much took these creatures that had mutagen tokens or disappear. I try to use that with Prehistoric Pet, which you can put it to your owner's hand. So just creating more creatures as you get, as you have, like if you have nothing in the beginning. But I did pretty good draws. Leonardo kind of saved my butt a few times, and Mighty Mutanimals was a pretty good card. So I'll probably build onto this deck, but like I said, another draft night deck, 40 card deck. I believe this was about 23 cards and then 17, 18 lands, and it was a pretty fun play. I went 1 2-1, lost 0-2, and then went 2-1 on my last round, and it was a pretty fun time. The guy who was using, he had I forgot, he had a Michelangelo that would pretty much add more mutagen tokens, and had another one with the mutagen tokens would go through. So he kicked my butt with that. But we have some more. Go ahead and go with some Pokemon stuff. So we got Ascended Heroes pack with the Charmander and the tech sticker collection. Like I said, I don't really do a lot of Pokemon, but every once in a while, if I come through it, I will pick some up. I will be trying to go to Micro Center this Friday to see how the drops are for the TMNT. But go ahead and open up these packs. Comes with your Charizard, Charmander, and Lego did release their Pokemon sets. I picked up an Eevee, so I'll be doing that here in a little while. And I was going to pick up Pikachu, but I think I'm going to wait until they have a sale. The Blastoise, Charizard, Ivysaur had that, but I am not paying $6.50 for that just yet. So we'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and open up these packs. Fanta, Grubbin, Charge a Bug, Ends Vanillite, Nighttime Mine, Slurpuff, Team Rocket Energy. Foil is Trevenant, a Weevil, Hoopa, and Energy with a little online reward. Darumaka, Mega Signal, Roly-Coly, Pikachu, Vikavolt, Light Ball, Salazzle, Mega Cargo, Psyduck, foil ish, Mag Cargo, and Basic Energy. And last pack, Wattrel, Meryl, and Zorua, Erica's Oddish, Iris's Fighting Spirit, Solrock, Gloom, Erica's Gloom, Skitty, Charmeleon, and Miss Magius with Basic Energy. So, cool promo if you're into it. I think this is the one that has Charmander or Ghastly with the stickers. And then the last Pokemon thing, I was able to find one Pokemon Day 2026 release with the Pikachu. Has the token, 2026 token. I think I found this at Barnes and Noble at retail prices. I couldn't find them less than this anywhere else, but you got your foil, your coin, and 3 packs with this. Was not able to find any other Pokemon Day stuff, but we were able to pick this up. So we got our Pikachu, here is our token with a 30-year anniversary. If you can believe it, 2026, 30 years. And we got Phantasmal Flames and a Mega Evolutions card. So let's go ahead and rip them. We got a Nimble, Pillowswine, Boltund, Sandile, Gliscor, Fire Breather, Ceruledge, Gligar, Togedemaru, and Ignition Energy, foil, and a Basic Energy. Buniri, Togi Damaru, Vibrava, Seal, Bronzog, Dawn, Seviper, Sableye, another Dawn. Ooh, Miss Magius. Look at that foil. And a basic energy. Tyrogue, Snover, Baniri, Numel, Kadabra, Frostmoth, Lieutenant Surge's Bargain, Tinkaton, Jinx, Kyogre, and basic energy. So it looks like, where is it? Miss Magius was our good hit. I don't know. I don't know Pokemon that well, so I'll look it up later. Moving along, we got One Piece. So we picked up a tin, and we picked up illustration box 6 and the, was this love fruit, or what is it? It's lost fruit. Fruit. Yeah. So we got I think this was also Barnes and Noble. I think I've opened up like 3 packs of One Piece just to see what the hype was. Probably won't open that much more. So we have our 2 promos. Trafalgar Law. Oh, looks like that's during when he fights. That's a cool foil. And the Heart Pirates, in the, what was it called? Just the last saga. And Don Quixote Rosinante, where he got, who saved Law. So we got the Best Volume 2 and Carrying on His Will, OP 13. So let's see what we get. Whoop Slap, Vegapunk, Fossa, Hera, Inuarashi, Boa Sandersonia, Lord of the Coast, who takes Shanks's right arm, which, if you read the manga, you'll see we got Boa, Marigold, Prometheus, Big Mom's Prometheus, We got Ace, Portugas de Ace. Otama, another Trafalgar Law, foilish. And Rakuyo, Sunny-kun, Saint Roseward, Curly Dedan, Saint Jalmak, Emporio Ivankov, Yvonne, Gum Gum Gatling Gun, Wapple, Flamenco, Monkey D. Luffy. We have, but Ace, here you said you deserved it. Dressrosa. And Sanji. All right, on to the best, Volume 2. We got another Ivanko. Otama. Frankie. Still upset they changed his voice, but get over it. Oh, baby Monkey D. Luffy. Oh, we got an event. Baroque Works. Dawn card. With, what's the guy's name? Is it Bone Clay? We got Monet, the Harpy, Sengoku, Three Brothers Bond, Black Hole, and another Dawn card with the guy from, is it Dressrosa? We got Sanjay with Plastic Surgery Shot, Edward Newgate, Nico Robin, event he possesses, Most Brilliant Mind, Curly Dedan, Uta, from the Red film, Monkey D. Luffy from Agate Highland, another Monkey D. Luffy, from Supernovas, Shanks, and Buggy the Clown, Dawn card. Okay. I think there's some decent foils. Once again, I don't know anything about One Piece, but I do watch the show. We got two more to open. We got the tin. Has 1 promo card and 2 packs of OP13. Alright, so our promo is the Monkey D. Luffy promo. I guess that's from Supernovas. And we got the Empty Throne, Marshall D. Teach, Blackbeard, Koala, Gum Gum Gatling Gun, Portuguese D. Rogue, Ace's Mom, Little Oars Jr., Makino, Izo, Sabo, Sanjay. I think that's from oh yes, Straw Hat Crew film. Saint Shepherd, Ju Peter, and I'd like to meet this fellow Dawn card, Goldie Roger, and Windmill Village, Sunny Coon, Vegapunk, Beppo. The world's equilibrium cannot be maintained forever. Boa Sandersonia, Tom, the shipwright Tom, Gum Gum Elephant Gun, when he fights the octopus, Saint Charlos, Jewelry Bonnie, Shanks, Gum Gum Don Stamp, all right, one more set. We got the Devil Fruits. Pretty big, pretty cool. We got a place to put your packs. We got OP12, and then we have a Your Turn Dawn card. These are sleeves. And sleeves, put your cards in. Got 3 packs here. See if we can pull a Zoro. We got Bello Betty, Shanks, Django, Carne, Helmeppo, Full Body, I Will Make Whitebeard the King of the Pirates, Jin, Hina, Silver's Rayleigh. Oh, there's a Zoro. Is the man who will become the king of the pirates. It's when he gets his ass beat. Shaku. Sentomaru, who is a boy, which I never understood because he sounds like a girl. Inurashi, Isho, the blind dude, Jewelry Bonnie as a kid, Patty, will ring the bell waiting for you, Virgo, Buffalo, Ivanko, another Ivanko hair removal fist, Don Quixote do Flamingo, color of the Supreme King Hockey, with Raleigh, Rayleigh, and last pack, Hotchan, Montreal D. Teach, Blackbeard, Carne, color of arms hockey, Duval, the extinguishes all sound created by your influence technique. Roronoa Zoro. Neku Mamushi. Morally, Zeph. Kozuki Hiyori. And, got Blackbeard and this raised foil. Probably should put that in the sleeve. Alright. That is our One Piece haul. Now I'm just going to open up these Lorwyn Eclipse decks, Commander decks. We got Blight Curse and Dance the Elements. Give Auntie a kiss. Let's see. So Blight Curse, black, red, green mana. Cackle with glee as you wield the blight by placing -1/-1 counters on creatures that both you and your opponents control. Your sweet Auntie Ool will reward your creature sacrifice and powerful card draws while draining life from the rest of the table. As you riddle the board with -1/-1 counters, look out for powerful combos as your creatures and enchantments let you quickly accrue stacks of creatures in the full power of life and death. With the Reaper, King No More, you'll want to give the axe to your opponent's creatures so they come join the winning team. Yours, of course. Whittle them down with -1/- counters, and then once the Reaper is on the board, you can pick them off. So Commander is a little bit different. I know it's newer than when I've played, but we got Auntie Ool here, the Cursed Wretch. Pretty much you have, instead of 20 life, you have 40 life. Play against up to 4 people. Attack either one. Comes with a little deck box. And you have a commander zone. So that commander stays in that zone and you can play them even if they get taken out. You got your -1/-1 counters and a nice picture of Auntie Ool. And you get a foil commander, which is right there. pre-made deck. You don't have to do much if you want to just up and play. Let's see. You get some more tokens you can use, but starting with Anti-Ul, Curse Wench, 4 mana, 1 colorless, black, green, and red. Has Ward, Blight 2. So if they wanted to cast a spell on Anti-Ul, they'll have to put 2 -1/- counters on a creature they control. Whenever 1 or more -1/-1 creatures are put on the creature, draw a card if you control that creature. If you don't control it, its controller loses 1 life. And then you have the Reaper, King No More, the Scarecrow. When the Reaper enters, put a -1/-1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Whenever a creature an opponent controls with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, you may put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Do this only once each turn. So if you do this, have all those -1/-1, you end up getting it in the end. And then pretty much this whole deck is made around those things. So whenever 1 or more -1/-1 counters are put on a creature, put a charge counter on this artifact. Tap for 1 mana of any color, 5 mana, and sacrifice this artifact. Create X tapped 2/2 colorless Scarecrow artifact creature tokens, where my X is the number of charge counters on this artifact. So every time you're putting one on with Anti-Ul or the Reaper, this one gets a charge counter. You can sacrifice it and get a bunch of 2/2s. Sinister Gnarlbark. At the beginning of your end step, draw 1 card and blight 1. So putting -1/-1 counters on everything. Remove any number of counters among your permanents on the battlefield. You draw cards and lose life equal to the number of counters removed this way. So you can remove them, draw cards, take some death. 1 or 2, 3 creature cards from the graveyard onto the battlefield with an additional -1/-1 counter on it. Another Dread Tiller, -1/-1 counter on target creature when it enters. When it dies, you may put a land card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield tapped. Grave Venerations. You become the Monarch. If you're the Monarch, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And each time a creature dies, you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So really fun dynamics. Another Goat. Draw a card. Gain control of this creature and put a -1/-1 counter on it. Only your opponents may activate this ability, and only as a sorcery. When this creature dies, if it had 1 or more -1/- counters on it, its owner draws that many cards and each player loses that much life. Village Pillager's Wither. This deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters. When it enters, it deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. When a creature an opponent controls with a counter on it dies, you create a tap treasure token, Puka's Covenant. Whenever a creature you control with a counter dies, you may return another target permanent counter with value less than or equal to the number of counters on that creature from your graveyard to your hand. Do it once each turn. Ferrofor Young Yu. Create a bunch of 1/1 tokens. Number of counters among creatures target player controls. Double the number of each kind of counter on target creature. Tree of Perdition, Defender, 0/13 Defender. Exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness. That would suck. Some swampland, swamp forest. Let's see, some wither, more wither stuff. Exalted. Creature controls attacks alone. It'll get +1/+1. Can also add mana. Colorless. Here's menace. Creatures you control have wither. You have a giant with death touch. Grave Titan. Varska, Petrol Sting. You can be paid with 1 black mana or 2 life. Scorpion God. Whenever a creature with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, draw a card. You can put a counter with 3 mana. And when it dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Spells you control can't be countered. Discover 5, exile 5 from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with a mana value 5 or less. Cast it without paying its mana card or put it in your card. You put the card in your hand, put the rest at the bottom in any order. Carnifex Demon, 6/6 flying with 2 -1/-1 counters. And then you can put the counters on each other creature. 3/2 flying. -1. Whenever this creature attacks or blocks, put a -1/-1 counter on it. When it dies, draw 1 for each counter on there. So put X -1/-1 counters on each creature. And then shuffle it back into its owner's library. Painful Truth, converge, you draw X cards, lose X life, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Persist, return a creature back to it. You got more wither, and at the beginning of your upkeep, put a -1/-1 on each non-black creature. Chain reaction, X damage to each creature with X is the number of creatures in the battlefield. Archfield of Ifnir. You cycle or discard another card. Put a -1/-1 on each creature your opponents control. Channeler Initiate. Put 3 counters on a target creature you control. Take 1 from here. Add some mana. Whenever this one deals damage. Oh man. So pretty much. Oh, look. Everlasting Torment. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. All damage is dealt as though its source had wither. Assassin's Trophy. Grim Prophet. 3 -1/-1 counters. Some lands. Some enchantments. Blight 1. Blowfly Infestation. Fire Covenant. Pay X life. X damage. A Soul Ring. It's 2 colorless mana. Arcane Signet. Command Tower. Cathartic Reunion. Skin Render. Soul Snuffers. Incremental Blight. Infernal Grasp. Evolution Sage. Landfall. You'll proliferate. Choose any number of permanents and players. And then give another counter of each kind already there. Jeez. Druid. Flourishing Defenses, Harmonize, Putrefy, Binding the Old Gods, Call Wrath Knight, has Wither, Contagion, Clash, more lands, Knight's Whisper, draw 2 cards, -1/-1 counter. If you remove 1, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Terminate, destroy target creature. Commander Sphere, Cathartic Pyre, Evolving Winds, Terramorphic Expanse, Path of Ancestry, some more lands. And then the rest should be lands and tokens. So we got treasure tokens, snake, sapling, scarecrow, poison counters. Looks like a fun deck. So, yeah, might play some Commander soon and see what it's all about. But once again, this is a Blight deck with your Antiul and Reaper, King No More. Commanders. And the next one is Dance of the Elements. Huge Elemental, Sacrifice, and Duplicate. Become a Chromatic Aberration. Once again, we got our Commander deck. Evoke Victory, connect with the raw elemental energy of the plane to bring power and value to your commander table. Ashing allows you to cast your expensive elementals at a discount so you can take advantage of their powerful abilities that trigger when they enter the battlefield. Once you sacrifice an elemental, Ashling makes a temporary token copy of it, giving double the value. In the late game, with more mana at your disposal, you can pay 1 of each to keep those tokens around and overwhelm your opponents. If Massive Mysteries is your commander, play a big elemental and attack with it, giving even more copies. At other times, you'll want to hold off on casting Massive Mysteries until you've crafted a board, then give Myriad to something that's already poised to strike. And we have Ashling the Limitless, our deck box, and some more Ashling stuff. Comes with your turn card, your tokens, copy elemental, shapeshifter, and let me see. All these. So this is every color you need. So here is Ashling the Limitless. Elemental spells you cast from your hand have Evoke 4. You can cast that spell for its Evoke cost. It's sacrifice when it enters. So 4 mana. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. The token gains haste until end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice it unless you pay the 5 each of one color mana. And then you also have Mass of Mysteries. It's an elemental, first strike, vigilance, trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target elemental you control gains myriad until end of turn. Whenever it attacks for each opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token copy that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Exile the tokens at the end of combat. Let's see. So we got Elemental Spectacle, Vivid, create a number of 5/5 red and green elemental creature tokens equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. And then you gain life equal to the number of creatures you control. Let's see. Enchantment, Springleaf Parade. Create X 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature tokens with Changeling that are each creature type, and they can have 1 mana of each of any color. Jubilation, Elemental Incarnation. When it enters, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. For 9 mana, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn. If able, they gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Jeez. Cast an instant or sorcery card from a graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put in the graveyard, exile it instead. Lamentation. Destroy target creature opponent controls, gain 3 life. Belonging, 3/1/1 colorless shapeshifter tokens with Changeling. Got Encore, more Encore. Gains, target creature gains flying whenever the creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw that many cards. Some land, forest, islands, abundant countryside, endurance. Has flash, reach. Creature enters, up to 1 target player puts all their cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in a random order. You can evoke, exile a green card from your hand. Double Strike Fury. Deals 4 damage divided as you choose amongst any number of target creature or planeswalker. Can evoke as well. Choose a creature type, return up to 2 creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it was foretold, return all creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield instead. Foretell is 7 mana. During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile this card from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn for its foretell cost. Avenger of Zendikar, 5/5 elemental. Create a 0/1 green plant token for each land you control. And landfall, whenever a land you control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant creature you control. Cavalier of Thorns. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Return a target card from your graveyard. Add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the greatest power amongst creatures you control. Titan of Industry. 7/7 reach with trample. Choose 2, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Put a shield counter on a creature you control. Elemental Avatar. Each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. Landfall. Create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token. And when it dies, it deals 3 damage to any target. Yaruk, the Desecrated, 3/5 Death Touch Lifelink. You trigger this ability twice. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. Landfall, +1/+1. Oh, here we go. Timeless Lotus. You get 5 mana, perfect for your commander, since you have to pay 5 mana to keep your elementals. See, each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, then destroy all creatures. Jeez. Okay. Oh, here you go. This spell casts 1 mana less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. It does 13 damage to each creature. Another way to wipe the board. Cream of the crop. Whenever a creature you control enters, you may look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures' power. Put one of those cards in the top of your library and the rest in the bottom in any order. Choose a creature type, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control of that type. Put them onto the battlefield and shuffle the rest. There you go. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments when Bane of Progress enters. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each permanent destroyed. Realm Walker, Changeling. Choose a creature type. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells of the chosen type from the top of your library. Return of the Wild Speaker. Face Burrow Elder. Vernal Sovereign. Horde of Notions. Another 5 mana. Creatures you control have haste. Gigantha. The Wellspring, Chromatic Lantern. Primal Beyond. Raging Ravine. Exotic Orchard. Flamekin Village. Land. Path to Exile. Muldrifter, Reality Shift. Shriekmaw. Fear cannot be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. Shimmer Creep. Flame Braider. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors to cast elemental spells or abilities of elementals. Crib Swap. Secluded Courtyard. Another Sol Ring. Command Tower. Arcane Signet. Distant Melody. Incandescent Soulstroke. Eclipse Flamekin. Foundation Breaker. Garruk's Uprising. Risen Reef. Fellwar Stone. Unclaimed Territory. Ancient Ziggurat. Frontier Bivouac. Sandstep Citadel. Savage Lands. Opulent Palace. Seaside Citadel. Jungle Shrine. Smoke Braider. Ingot Chewer. Fertile Ground Enchantment. Abundant Growth. Kodama's Reach. Cultivate. Path of Ancestry. Thriving Grove. Thriving Heath. Thriving Isle. Opal Palace. Thriving Bluff. Thriving Moor. So, a lot of creatures for this one. A lot of fun. We'll see. But, let's see. It is 5 p.m. We went through both of our commander decks. Ashling the Limitless with Massive Mysteries, and Auntie Ul, Curse Wet Wretch with the Reaper King No More. So, yeah, play Commander, I guess. We'll be opening up some more boosters later this week. Since Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming out, I believe my packs, I pre-ordered some packs on Amazon, so they should be coming, I think, Monday or Tuesday. So we'll open them up. But later this week, we will be opening up our collector's boosters, another play booster box, and I think I still have some Avatar stuff to open up, and still doing some Lego. So if you like what you see, like, follow, and comment what you want to see. Once again, Tuma808 and at PacificPixelMedia on YouTube. So we'll see you next time. Peace.